Welcome sports fans to your high school sports. It's media day, and we're coming to you today from Chick-fil-a right here on West Market Street in Johnson City. I'd like to thank Todd Good for hosting this event. Guys, it's football time. That's the main thing. We got three of the most powerful schools in Northeast East Tennessee. We're going to talk to Sean Witten over at Elizabethton and his players. We're going to catch up with what's going on down in Greeneville with Coach Kane, and then we're going to wrap things up with Science Hill and Coach Carter. But you make sure you stay right here on your high school sports. It's media day. Bart Lyons along with Chris Reddick. We'll be right back on your high school sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda deal desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
15 Ford Edge, 24.9 or just $299 a month. 16 Ford F-150, 22.9 or just $289 a month. Only at Gateway in Greeneville.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff, always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Welcome back to this edition of Media Day, sponsored by Chick-fil-A of West Market Street and YourHighSchoolSports.com. We've made our way to Greeneville, talk to the Green Devil head coach, Mr. Kane Ballard. Coach, let's pick up where we left off last year. You guys made a deep run into the playoffs, and you met a powerful defending state champion Catholic in the final, in that round. Talk about what you learned from that game and how it comes over into 2016.
Well, you know, that game will stick with us for a while. It was a tough loss, two really good teams, and you know, in the third round there, we tied 21-21 at the end of the third quarter. So you know, we got a shot, but you know, we didn't finish it, and they did. So you know, maybe we can rematch that again this year at some point.
You lost some seniors. How do you replace those seniors? And it sounds like, you know, do you do the thing, you just reload, or do you have to go out and try to get the kids to come and play?
Well, you know, we've got kids to replace. You know, we lost really good kids, though. That senior class had 18 or 19 guys that played all 4 years. They were really a tight group through the middle school and through the high school. So we especially our linemen, you know, we're going to hurt there a little bit with the loss of some of those guys. And of course Desmond, you know, how do you replace Desmond? I think that's everybody's question is who's filling in for Desmond. But I really like our young backs, you know, that kind of had to sit behind and wait their turn, and they're hungry to step in and do it. You know, still a little concerned with their linemen, like I said, but you know, we've been blessed with Coach Odom's son at Tusculum. They've moved to town, and he's got a good lineman son that'll play for us. It'll be a senior, and also got a new kid in from Michigan that really has shown some bright spots for us. So we're excited about those two guys maybe filling that void in our line.
Any other key positions or anything that you can see that one of the stronger points on your team? I know you've talked about your linemen. You need to get some linemen step up. You've got the new kid from Coach of Tusculum's son coming in. But how are other key positions on your team? How are they feeling out?
Well, good. We're as good as we've ever been at wide receiver. Okay. So we're 7-8 deep there. We're going to be a different football team. You know, we really put the load on Desmond last year. I don't see that being the case this year. We're going to be, I'd love to be 50-50 pass run, and I think we can certainly do that with the weapons that we have at receiver.
All right, Coach Kane Ballard talking about his strength of this year's Greeneville Greene Devils, his wide receiver core. I tell you what, they will be one of the teams to watch this year, so make sure you keep your eye on this Greeneville Greene Devil team.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge. From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's healthcare needs at one of our 3 convenient locations, Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information.
From the Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda Deal Desk, I'm Lenny Lawson.
And I'm Abby Lawson with more great reasons you've just got to get to Gateway.
16 Ford Focus SC, $5,000 off for $169 a month. Ford Fusion SC, $19,900 or just $239 a month. Only at Gateway in Greeneville.
Welcome back to this Media Day show. We've made our way up to Elizabethton High School, and Coach Sean Witness, you can see what's going on behind us. It's first day of practice. So how's it feel to get back out here, Coach?
I tell you, it's been it's come quick, and for us, it's our 10th season starting here. We're fortunate enough, like today, practicing for the first day this year in our new stadium, and last year we couldn't get it till the first game, but what a difference it makes being here and how much faster the kids can play, and we're just really blessed. But it's a cautiously optimistic. Every time you enter the season, you lost some great senior leaders. You've got some new guys coming in. Role players become impact players. Impact players now have really got to step up and lead your team, and so you're searching for a lot of answers. And it's a great time, but this time is the most valuable time. You're not in school. Most of the guys do the old school 2-a-day sessions, but a lot of coaching points, a lot of emphasis, a lot of just time spending with bonding the football team.
When you're into the program as many years you've been, 10 years, a little bitty things that you got to get them ready. You got to get them conditioned because you had them in the spring, and I guess you work out things in the spring to replace those seniors. How did spring go and leading up to right now?
Well, every team has a different identity. You're never the same team you were a year ago. You got different key position players that have different skill sets, so you got to look at that. You may be a team a year ago where we ran the football a ton. This year, you got to find your way. This one year you may be big, next year you may be athletic. So the biggest thing is trying to put the people in the right positions. And the biggest thing for 2-a-days now is creating depth. It's finding depth. You always got the game plan, but you always got to have a plan B. You always got to be ready for when one guy goes down or we move a guy to a different position. The next guy got to be ready to step up.
All right, Coach Sean Witten, he's the head coach in his 10th year right here at Elizabethton. I think they've got things cooking right here. But I tell you what, when we come back, we're going to catch up with what's going on with Science Hill on this Media Day special sponsored by Chick-fil-A of West Market Street, along with your high school sports. We'll be right back.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you in the future.
Get the right services you need from a name you can trust at Crescent Center Drugs. Whether it's hormone replacement therapy or if you need to update your immunizations for flu, pneumonia, or shingles, Crescent Center Drugs has a professional and friendly staff always ready to take care of you. That's why for many years, Crescent Center Drugs has been your good neighbor pharmacy. Right now, getting your medicine is fast and easy when you sign up for the IVR system. It's simple. Once your prescription is filled, your box is scanned, and you instantly receive a phone call or text for pickup. Visit Crescent Center Drugs inside the Crescent Shopping Center.
Volunteer Chevrolet is your friendly hometown dealership, proudly serving the region for over 20 years. At Volunteer Chevrolet, you'll get great offers on select new vehicles, from Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs. So come see the new look at Volunteer Chevrolet and take advantage of their great deals. Volunteer Chevrolet is still easy to find on 400 Winfield Dunn Parkway, Sevierville. Volunteer Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of YourHighSchoolSports.com, Sevier County.
Welcome back to this special edition of Your High School Sports. It's Media Day here in Johnson City at Chick-fil-a on West Market Street, and Coach Stacy Carter has joined us here for this Media Day. Coach, I said something to you off camera there. I like to just get things started. You're like Alabama. You guys just reload. Like I said before, Malik left. You put Justin in there. Justin's gone. How do you replace Justin at quarterback this year?
Well, first of all, I wish we were like Alabama, but we do have a lot of kids to choose from, and that's a good thing about being a big school. We have a lot of athletes in our program that come through, and it's been as long as we can find a place for them, we have a lot to choose from.
All right, let's get into this football season 2016. You went through your spring camp, and you always have that problem with kids playing other sports, but how did you come out of spring football?
Come out of spring football very well. We didn't have our baseball players, especially Miss Bryson Tolley, but had most of our kids. We had a lot of good young talent that some surprises, especially on the running backs are probably deep as we ever been, in our offensive line, probably the best we've been at this time ever since I've been here, which is a big deal for us. So we feel like our offensive line had a great spring. Usually that's a terrible thing in the spring. Running football is usually not good in the spring, and it was good to us. So, we really had a great spring, and it came out pretty well.
So how we set for fall camp day's first day? A lot of bumps and bruises and 2 a day start. Kids complaining. How's that working out?
Everybody's excited about it. Always a lot for the coaches to do. Getting physicals turned in, getting all your stuff and all your paperwork done. But just getting back in the swing of things right now.
It sounds like I can hear it in your voice. It's ready. It's football season, isn't it?
It's football, and it's time to get started. We'll come back those dead weeks. We kind of complain about it, but we want to get it started. We want to get it rolling again, and there's excitement in the air. But after we come back from the dead weeks for everybody, you're planning on going until December. So you gonna kiss your wife goodbye and say I'll see you in December. So that's kind of what happens.
That sounds like a good plan, because you've been doing this for a while. So your wife's got a lot of kisses, hasn't she?
She does, and she knows what's happened, and her job's pretty crazy also. So, but it keeps us hopping.
Let's talk about how you replace things. You lost some key seniors, and everybody does. But how do you replace them, and who do you replace them with?
Well, it's a different team. It's like every year, it's even though it's the same program, every team has a different personality. So just meshing those people and getting them in the right place. This team will be a different identity than the one last year and the one before. But the good thing about it is there are a lot of talent in a lot of different places, and so that's a good thing about it. But we just gotta make this the team that the best team this team can be, because it is going to be a different one than last year, no doubt, just like it was the year before. But we're excited about it, and it makes it fun because there's not a lot of things that just keeps going. It's a whole different personality every year.
Coach Stacy Carter here on this Media Day, coming to you from Chick-fil-a here on West Market Street. We'll be right back here on Your High School Sports right after this.
From the day your child is born through the completion of high school or college, Hamlin Pediatric and Hometown Pediatric will be there to provide all your child's health care needs at one of our 3 convenient locations: Morristown, Jefferson City, or Hometown Pediatric in Sevierville. Our physicians, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, and staff look forward to meeting you. Visit our website, www.hpapeds.com, for more information.
Welcome back to Media Day with your high school sports. Bart Line here with my main man, Austin Cox. And Austin, let's talk about the Hilltoppers offensive line. Got some big gaps I know we got to fill in this year. Yes, sir. Who do you think will be in the rotation for the Hilltoppers on the offensive line?
We have 3 returning starters this year, me, Chad Gage, and Trey Gastiger. And we got 2 new spots, right tackle and left tackle. And Zach Colvin's going to look good this year, and Wayne Hartsock is looking good this year. And all in all, I think we're going to look pretty good this year.
I'll tell you what, you guys done a real great job as far as the last few seasons of being able to block and being able to have a good running game for the Hilltoppers, and we expect nothing but the same this season. Austin, good luck to you. Best of luck. All right, we got the double nickel Gage with us today right here. Chad Gage, the starter last year. And let's talk about that defensive line. Got 8 starters that we got to replace. Let's talk about that defensive front.
Well, we got a bunch of guys coming back that were not starters last year, but they were solid role players. Cox is moving over to play both sides of the ball this year, and we got Nate Andrews playing at the other end. And we should be set because we got other people that are just, we're not concerned about starting. We're just concerned about putting W's on the board.
Absolutely. Any change in defense? Still running a 3-5? You're a 5-4? What kind of defense you running?
We're going to run some 3-5 and then maybe a 4-3, a few 4-3s in there. But
all right. Well, I'll tell you what. Again, we're expecting some big things out of the defensive line. Best of luck to you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. We got the King. King Russell, tailback, all-conference performer last year, and he's back. King, let's talk about the Science Hill Hilltoppers offensive backfield. Just give us a little brief description of those guys.
We got 2 great quarterbacks competing right now as spring ended, and we got some big line, make some big holes, and we got some quarterbacks with some cannons, so it's going to be a good year.
All right, talk about as far as another productive season from you. Had about 800 yards rushing last year. Going to try to get the ball to you a little bit on the outside and expect some big things. Like to have a 1,000-yard season out of you. King Russell, tailback. Introducing Mr. All-State linebacker himself, Bryson Tolley. Bryson, let's talk about the Hilltopper defense.
We ought to be really good this year. We lost some defensive linemen in Quentin Alabogus and Cameron Burris, but linebackers should be stacked this year. Defensive backs ought to be really good, probably better than last year. So our defense ought to be just good or better than it was last year.
Who's going to join you in the linebacker position this year?
You have Riley Stevenson and Cameron Hill. They both look to fight for a starting position this year.
All right. Again, All-State returning middle linebacker Bryson Tolley. Bryson, thank you for your time. All right. Kobe Martin right here, wearing my old number 3 right here. And I tell you what, he represents the Hilltopper maroon and gold very well. Let's talk about those defensive back for the Hilltoppers. What about the corners? Who's going to be in the cornerback positions?
We got T.J. Patton and Sunday Ewan stepping up for this year. They got some pretty good coverage this year at the corner spot, so we're going to be pretty good.
Okay, heard we got a new one of our basketball players, Nate Jackson, coming on board too to play defensive back. Tell us a little bit about Nate Jackson.
Nate's got great length. He's very athletic. He's not scared to go up and get the ball, so I think he'll help us out really well this year.
All right. Now, will you be playing the safety position for the Hilltoppers, and who will be back there with you?
We got a good headhunter. He's Tristan McPeak. He'll go up and hit somebody. That's what I like, and he's got good coverage. He's smart out there, so I think we'll be pretty good back there too. So.
All right. Interceptions last year, how many did you have?
I think I had 2 or 3.
All right, now you got, if you're going to wear number 3, you got to at least get 5 like I did. Glad to have you guys. Kobe Martin, offensive and defensive back for Hilltoppers, all-conference performer last year. And again, we expect some big things out of Kobe Martin and the Science Hill Hilltoppers for the 2016 season.
And we took a little break from Chick-fil-A to step into Elizabethton, where we're here at Mullins Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, where, of course, there's plenty of cars around me that you can take a look at. But right now, we're going to take a look at some of the Elizabethton players. Roddy already had a chance to talk to Coach Witten about the game plan for this year, but we're going to talk on an individual basis with the players. So right now, we have somebody that's super tall. That's obvious. I'm not really that short. This got somebody that's really, really tall. This is Alex Norwood, and Alex Norwood is a senior. He's a linebacker here at Elizabethton, and we're glad to have you on the show. And Alex is going to represent, talking a little bit about defense this year with Elizabethton. So tell me right off the bat, coming off a pretty good year last year, I believe you're going to be one of the leaders on defense. Talk about what
the defense is going to do this year and what they're going to bring?
Oh, definitely. Last year we had a really good squad, and this year a lot of us are coming back, and we have a lot of big guys, Johnny and Cujo or Cameron, and they're really big factors in our defense, and our secondary is getting even better because it's the same squad as last year. So I think we can really give some teams some competition, you know.
No doubt. And Coach Witten, he went ahead and got some competition started early in the spring. You guys went up against Alcoa. How'd you guys do at Alcoa in the spring?
Oh, we went up to Alcoa, and you know Alcoa is pretty infamous for being great athletes. I think we did very well. We really couldn't complain. They're normally a state champion, and went up there and we played pretty well and played hard and stopped the run and the throw sometimes.
Coming up next, we have Mr. J.T. Turner. J.T. Turner. We're very familiar with the Turner brothers. We had one that just left last year, which they both played at running back. And now I believe one's gone. Are you going to have to take more of the load now?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be more of the load on me. But we got two good running backs coming up. We got Logan Norman and Austin Outland, so hopefully they'll be able to step in and help me. And Corey will be playing a little bit of run back too, so that'll take some of the load off of me.
Well, that's good. That's going to take a little load off you because you're a dual threat. You also play on defense too, right?
Yes, I play safety.
Which one do you like better?
I like running back better.
Well, you did a good job. I think you were actually, JT was one of our players of the week last year. So excellent runners, one to watch. And like I said, expect him on both sides of the field. Next, we have a familiar name. I believe this last name is, what's that on the back? Mullins, yeah. We got Chandler here. Chandler is representing the line. Chandler is the captain on the line because he plays the position of center. So tell me about coming back with the experience you have and having to lead the line and play that role of center.
Well, center, it's a difficult position because you got to know everywhere where on the line's going. So you have to know what everybody's doing, and you have to keep everybody focused and make sure everybody's on the same page, knowing who to block and when to block, and make sure no one's jumping off sides and trying to get the other team to jump off sides.
So do you kind of smack some helmets around if they jump off sides?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's talk about you lost your quarterback last year, but you got, I believe, two good ones that are coming back this year. What's the adjustment like? And this is from a center perspective, having to adjust to a new quarterback.
Well, the quarterback last year, he was shorter than the quarterback we're coming up with, which is 6'5", so it's a lot easier to snap to that than a 5'10" quarterback. So,
all right, here's the big, tall quarterback. I believe we have enough space here, enough frame space to put him in. This is Carter Everett. Carter, like I said, last year you had Hunter Tyree, did an excellent job, left last year, very accurate and was able to lead his team. But this year, you're going to take over that position. I understand. Well, from last year watching, you look pretty good, so you was able to get a lot of experience. What are your expectations this year, and are you ready for the challenge?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for the challenge. I mean, my expectation is just get the job done, make Coach Witten happy, and get the ball to Corey and Connor and JT and all them. Let them make the plays, pat my stats a little bit, so that's good for me.
Okay, so you're going to play more of that leadership role and just make sure that you get the ball in other people's hands.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Corey's got it. It's good.
Okay. Talk about that backfield. How excited is it to be back there with all of them?
Being back there with JT is really good. I mean, he's a big playmaker. Logan's a big playmaker, really fast. Corey got some shakes. He's pretty good. So, I mean, it's pretty good to be back there.
And here we go. We went from one extreme to the other, but guess what? This is the player to watch this year for Elizabethton. Coming back for his second year, already got experience as a freshman. This is Mr. Corey Russell. You've already heard them mention a lot about him. I believe this guy, and you helped me out with this, because what I saw last year, I saw you all over the place. Where are they going to plant you this year, or what's the expectations, or what are they going to do with you this year?
Well, probably a little bit of everything, like last year, and just kind of wherever, if we need somebody out there in the slot position or somebody out back in the backfield with JT or safety, somewhere back in there, I just kind of try to help the team wherever they need me.
Thank you, Corey, for being on Your High School Sports. And like I said, once again, we're here at Mullins here in Elizabethton, right near Chick-fil-a, which the Chick-fil-a where we're actually sponsoring this show is the one in West Market Street, so be sure to stop by there. A lot of great food. But I tell you what, we're going to take a little break. We've talked to all Elizabethton players, so we'll be right back with more Your High School Sports right after this.
The revolutionary safety of the Michelin Premier family of tires is now available for more cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. So whatever you drive, you can take on wet or slippery roads with confidence mile after mile. Double D Tire can help you take changing weather in stride and save. Double D Tire has been family owned and operated since 1981. Owners Tommy and Flint Carter specialize in tires, alignments, brakes, suspension repairing, and custom wheels. Double D Tire would like to thank all their customers and look forward to serving you.
Just look at all those freshly made Krispy Kreme donuts. I'm sure it makes you want one or a dozen right now. So come visit our locally owned and operated Krispy Kreme donuts in Pigeon Forge. Our Krispy Kreme donuts are made fresh daily, our service is fast and friendly, and the taste will put a smile on anyone's face. Krispy Kreme is a fundraising favorite, so call us today to help support your school or community fundraising efforts. Our delivery truck is there when you need us. Krispy Kreme Donuts on the Parkway in Pigeon Forge.
You in the future.
Well, sports fans, I hope you've enjoyed this Media Day sponsored by Chick-fil-A right here on West Market Street along with your high school sports. Bart Lyons and Chris Reddick has been here with us all day. We went up to Elizabethton and talked to Cyclones and Sean Witten. Sean's team went down in the spring in scrimmage Alcoa, but give you a little heads up on that. Remember we talked to Sean at the end of last season, and what did he tell us? To be the best, you got to play the best.
You got to play the best, that's right. So that's why he's getting it done early. He went ahead in the springtime, he's jumping right on it. He went ahead and attacked Alcoa, had a nice look there. Very impressed with his defensive line. They had a good showing with them. So that's what you do. You got to start early, you got to attack early, and you got to get it in early with the best if you want to be the best.
You know, and then Coach Carter came and we talked to him about his program, and I threw a little pundit out there. You know, he's like Alabama. They just reload. Every year his teams seem to be getting better and better. You know, he's got a quarterback battle, and you talked to some of the players from Science Hill. Talk a little bit about Coach Carter, what he's up against this year.
I'll tell you, the two biggest question marks for the Hilltoppers is replacing those 8 starters on defense. And then, of course, the quarterback position is a question mark between Jake Blankenship and Jalen Adams. But the one good thing is both those guys are phenomenal athletes. They're very good football players, and we've got a really, really strong senior-led football team at Science Hill.
You know, and then we talked to Coach Kane down at Greeneville. What do you say about Greeneville? Greeneville's always a team to be beat around the area. They've got a great quarterback coming back, a freshman quarterback last year, Coach Kane's son. They should be really talented at Greeneville. We talked to them. Coach Kane said the same thing. He's waiting on his team to come together, and I'd say you don't have to worry about Greeneville, do you?
No. All the teams we just mentioned, they got a real good chance of getting down into the playoffs pretty deep this year. Could we have a surprise and actually make it to state? There's a possibility.
I know that Chris Blevins keeps saying that he believes it's Maryville's time to go down, and we'll hear from him when we go to Knoxville for their media day. So we'd like to thank Chick-fil-A right here on West Market Street and all of our other sponsors that help your high school sports. But for Bart Lyons, for Chris Reddick, I'm Roddy Woods, and we'll see you next time right here on Your High School Sports, powered by Gateway Ford Lincoln Mazda, home of the lifetime warranty.